Let's get into it now. Last week we talked about this story happening on the Today Show. This is a big deal.
Like a host no-showed for an hour-long. A guest host was supposed to be there for 1 hour, but she walked off set.
Kelly Rowland.
Right.
Kelly Rowland was there at 8 o'clock to promote something she was doing. She was supposed to stay until 10 Eastern and co-host the last hour of the show with Hota Kotb because her co-host, Jenna Bush Hager, was out for the day. And apparently this is fairly common, that one of the major guests, if one is out, will stay and host. Well, Kelly Rowland says, I wanted a nice dressing room. They put J-Lo in it. She said, I'd been promised a nice dressing room, and when I get there, J-Lo's in it. And then others said, well, you can't expect a nice dressing room. This is the Today Show. They do news. They don't care about your dressing room. In fact, it was Bethany Frankel who slammed Kelly Rowland because she left the Today Show in a real bind. She just walked out, and they didn't have a co-host for that last hour.
You're co-hosting on the Today Show, an institution in entertainment, a news organization that is not about fancy dressing rooms. The makeup area is completely communal. The food is like grab a croissant and some plastic and pray for the best. And it's just not what that's about. And it's an honor to be there and to sit down with Hoda.
That's right. They'll feed you crappy food. You take it. You take what you can get. You get spoiled food, and you go out there and you perform. That's what you're supposed to do on the Today Show.
Nobody comes here for the pastries.
That's right.
Exactly.
Or the dressing room. You come to sit next to Hoda.
Yeah, you have to sit next to everybody else doing their hair and makeup.
Was it The Rock who said, no, you roll and shut your mouth? All right,
that's it.
Get in there and then know what you're supposed to do. Well, now, after Bethany Frankel said that, pushback from some Kelly Rowland fans.
Baby, don't compare yourself to Kelly Rowland. You're nowhere near that. You're not on that level, sweetheart. You're nowhere near. So you keep getting ready in them storage closets, and she not. That's Kelly Rowland. You're not a legend. You're not an icon. You're not even a factor. You're not Kelly Rowland. So don't compare yourself to where you got ready at and where she needs to get ready at. You're not that, kiss ass.
All right. Okay. We played that.
It's so hard to take sides.
It is. Mostly because I don't know either person involved.
Well, apparently one is a legend.
Well, Kelly Rowland, I guess, yeah.
That must be her super fan.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Well, Kelly Rowland's rep said yesterday, there has never been a more gracious person than Kelly Rowland. I am proud to represent Kelly Rowland. She is the kindest, most amiable human being I have ever met. And I have had the blessing to represent her for several years. Wow. And I'm so thrilled to have
Now,
done.
this sounds like a pre-released statement because had there been reporters there, someone would have at least said, hey, why did you walk out?
Yes, This was pre-released. This was a statement made, finally, after 3 or 4 days. This happened on Friday.
That sounds like something you'd write about yourself and make me sign. There's no more gracious man than Chris Kelly. Here, Biggie, I need you to sign and release this.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Put it all on my platforms.
Just say it was you.
That's right.
I've never worked for anybody better than Chris Kelly.
Kelly Rowland is one of the most wonderful people I've ever had the pleasure of meeting, let alone representing. Well, of course, as you can imagine, people are all over Hota Kotb. What do you think about this controversy?
So I suppose you almost have to make a statement, and chances are she's not going to slag on Kelly Rowland because she may come back one day.
Well, that was our question. Would she
burn the bridge?
Would she be welcome back on the Today Show? So yesterday, Hota Kotb and her regular co-host, Jenna Bush Hager, who's back now, were talking about this controversy. So what do you think Hota Kotb said?
I'm sure she said, look, we love Kelly. All is, she's welcome back anytime. Scheduling conflict. I'm sure she made up some nonsensical thing.
Here's Hota Kotb.
I just want to say this. I have great love and admiration for Kelly Rowland. I adore her. And I want her to come back on our show, and I want her to host again. Of course she is. Of course she is. She can share my dressing room. We'll be in it together.
Get back in here.
This is now. I know they pander a lot, but this might.
Low.
Those two are more popular and famous than Kelly Rowland is.
Well, yeah,
that's a fair point.
Yeah, but we love Kelly Rowland. Thank goodness.
Any time she can walk through these doors.
Yeah.
Would you have had more respect for the Today Show if Hota Kotb had said, I like Kelly Rowland. I respect Kelly Rowland. This was, she made a bad move. She should not have done that. She left us hanging, and we're pretty upset about it. She shouldn't have done that. And I would have been nice, I think, to hear that.
Yeah.
Honestly, if real honesty.
You hear the phrase "dick move" escape her?
Yeah, I mean,
Her lips.
that's a dick move. I mean, it really is. You can like somebody,
Yeah.
but that's a bad move.
But the walk-off,
you can't do
you don't
that.
do that in TV.
You're leaving somebody hanging there for the whole hour. What happened was they called in Rita Ora, who I also don't know. All right?
Was she just happened to be getting ready in a closet somewhere?
Yeah, she stayed in the closet at the Today Show. They opened the door. Oh, there's Rita Ora.
I wonder if she was doing like GMA
or
the CBS show,
something,
or Regis, or not Regis.
Could have been filming something.
Could have been. They however she got there. She got there. So these two, Hoda and Jenna Bush Hager, thank the Lord for Rita Ora.
On another note, too, we just want to give a shout out to Rita Ora, who kind of came in at the last second and really did a phenomenal job. So we have great women on this show.
We sure do.
Darn right.
We sure do.
Darn right.
I'm physically sick of those two.
Except one C-word named KR. What?
I'm sorry, but it's not Beyonce.
Right.
If it was Beyonce, I could see the pandering, like, oh, we need Beyonce to come back.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Kelly Rowland, sorry. I wouldn't pander like that.
It would have been more interesting.
At least say I was sick. At least say there was a sick kid in the family.
Yeah.
Or
she didn't say anything. She
but
just
just
said
the storm off with nothing.
Right. It would have been interesting to me if Hota Kotb had said what you said, D-move, and she's not welcome back here. You know, then she'd have gotten some real attention.
Yeah.
Then it would have been like, ooh, what is
Or
this?
when she comes back, I will not interview her.
That's right. Yeah.
I'll let somebody else interview Kelly Rowland.
You know, we on this show, we have comedians in sometimes. 3 of our favorites are on our Two Guys Named Chris Comedy All-Star Tour right now. One regret I have about this show, many years ago, we had a guy in. We didn't like him very much. Okay, he was pretty funny on the air. I don't know if you all remember that. He would come in, he'd wear a cowboy hat and do some, and he wasn't great. He was not nice to our receptionist.
I remember that day well.
Remember that guy?
This is ages ago.
Yeah, and he came in, and he was okay. He was funny on the air, which we wanted. And he said he started bringing up satellite radio, and he said, those guys that slap you all around. And he made these comments. And in my mind, I was like, I should just cut him off and say, all right, you're done. Get out. But what did I do? Ooh, ha, ha. That's the regret I have on this. I have a few, okay? But and on that day, I wish I would have just said, get out. We don't need you.
We're doing you a favor.
We're doing you a favor. Get out. And I wish almost Hota Kotb had said, you just screwed us over. Yeah. You're not welcome back here.
It's unprofessional.
Who do you think you are? That's unprofessional. I wish I'd had the guts to say that to that guy.
Yeah.
But
like you stood to the right of Beyonce.
Exactly.
Like that's it.
That's the whole reason anybody knows your name. So what do you, we don't need you back on this show. Speaking of Beyonce, she got the #1 country song in America. And I love this song. I don't care. I'm going to say it. I love this song. Texas Hold'em. I love it. I love
This
it.
ain't Texas. Ain't no Hold'em. So lay our cards down, 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 down.
I think it's tremendous.
Pocket Lexus.
I do. I love
Throw
it.
your keys up.
I'm kind of a country guy.
Round, round,
As we said, though,
round.
you would have also been one of the country DJs who got called racist because
Not playing it.
Yeah, the first 24, 48 hours.
because you wouldn't, like many of these poor DJs who I've seen bashed online,
This ain't Texas.
you didn't know Beyonce put out a country song.
Right.
So, of course, people are calling up, are you going to play Beyonce? We don't play Beyonce here.
Oh, you're a racist.
You're racist.
Right.
Wait, no.
She's
So is this a country hit or is it a pop hit too?
It's #1 on Billboard, period.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Now, let me read it exactly. It says Beyonce made her debut on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. Combination of airplay and sales. Texas Hold'em is the #1 song on the country chart. I don't know about the Billboard Hot 100, but it's the #1 song as country radio is playing Texas Hold'em, though not at a rate that compares to the song streams, which is being streamed much higher rate than country radio is
What
playing.
about the what we now call R&B stations? With the play predominantly black music, are they playing Beyonce, the country record?
I don't know.
I would guess not.
You don't think so?
No.
Now, if I was,
I mean, if you want to, it's a country record. If I was running an
It
R&B
doesn't fit your
station,
format.
yeah,
you would not.
I wouldn't play it.
If I was running
It's
a country,
not smooth R&B jams.
no, it doesn't sound that way. It sounds country. If I was a country program director, I would play that song. I think that. I mean, it's just say, hey, I might say, here's a mystery artist for you. And play it. We used to listen in the old days. We got a song. I broke this record. This was early 90s, I guess. And Donny Osmond had a record out there, and he sent it to all the radio stations, or his team did, and it said mystery artist. And even we didn't know who it was. Oh. And so we played it. And now I forget the name of the song, but it went to number
Soldier
one.
of Love, I think, wasn't it?
Yes, Soldier of Love. And we played it.
Yeah, because he was, the name carried so many connotations for people of that time.
That's right. Because
they wouldn't give him a fair shake on quote-unquote current radio.
So we said, well, and we made a big deal of it. It's like, we had a mystery artist. We don't know who it is. And we were like, who
Did
is
you smash
this?
or trash it?
We did Smash or Trash, and it won. It smashed. And then it was revealed, oh, that's Donny Osmond. And this became his last big hit, I guess. And it was a number one.
I know.
Yeah, and it was a number one. So I might have done that as a country music program director. I might have said, guess who this is? Mystery artist. And then you just start playing it, you know. Now, there's an artist that you hate, I'm sure. One-hit wonder, James Blunt. Do you recall?
Oh, You're Beautiful.
You're Beautiful. I know you don't like that song.
I don't know that I hate the guy, but I hate the song.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
He was on something else you hate, a podcast.
I saw your face.
Boy, this is all just things you hate. It's just a country music you hate. Hoda, the Today Show, all that pandering. And he was asked, why do you think there's such backlash? Apparently, a lot of people feel about the song the way you do. It's a big hit, but now there's a lot of backlash. And he says, I get it. It was overplayed at the time.
I think the song was played so much with such ubiquity that eventually, some people are going to say, look, I'm just tired of that song, and I get that. But it's just a really great commercial success for me, and that commercial success comes at a little bit of a cost that some people have overheard it.
Yeah, it's just played and played and played.
Yeah, that happens.
You know that. Interestingly about the song, now I knew this because I've asked Put Up or Shut Up rock and roll trivia questions about it. The song is called You're Beautiful. It's about him seeing a girl one time, like on the subway, I believe, and thinking she's gorgeous and wanting to go up to her and talk to her, and he never did. And that's what it's about, and it's
just a moment.
It's a true story of a moment in his life.
You're Beautiful is a guy who's high, stalking someone else's girlfriend on the underground, and that guy is me. This is a guy who needs to be locked up and arrested and put away for everyone else's safety.
Yeah, he was high. He was high at the time.
Yeah, I know there's a podcast, but that's really dark.
He's like, I was high as a kite. Saw her, stalked her. That was
Maybe
it.
I'll follow her home.
In the underground.
He didn't put that in the song, did he?
Not those terms.
Not so blunt.